what? Yesterday, my glasses fucking broke, and I think that was the universe telling us not to waste our fucking time on this movie, okay? Because I almost went there and not even being able to see. And honestly, at this point, I would have been fine without my glasses. Like,
We have such sights to show you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Four Dead Losers podcast. We are three of the Four Dead Losers. I'm Ramiro.
Jordan.
and Amanda.
And today we're going to be talking about The Strangers Chapter 2. Wow. How exciting. Non-spoiler thoughts. Amanda, what did you think of the movie?
Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie to you. Earlier, I told Jordan, I was like, what would I rate this movie? And then I was like, I would rate it a waste of my fucking time. Because what was even that? So, honestly, I have to give it like a 2, bro. Like, at that point, I was just enjoying the popcorn. Like, I wasn't even there for the movie. Though that's my non-spoiler thought right there. Because if I say too much, that's it.
Yeah.
We're done.
That's fair.
Episode's over.
All right, 2 out of 10. Cool. Jordan, what did you think of the movie?
Oh boy. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one out of any of us, like Adam and Justin included, that really cared for chapter 1. Like I found it enjoyable enough to I would probably watch it again. I would put it on and watch it again. I was kind of excited for this one actually. There's been rumors or whatever of people not liking it as much as the first. Like it being even worse essentially.
Yeah.
And the first one got panned pretty hard. So this one went through reshoots and rewriting and
Yeah.
got delayed.
Because when they released, because they filmed all 3 movies, within 31 days, all 3 of them were filmed.
31 days.
Yeah, something like that. 31 days.
That explains it right there. Okay.
And all 3 of them were supposed to release the same within a year of each other.
The way they're doing 28 years later. They should have done that. I think at least it could get some kind of pass if they would have done that. They spent 30 days on filming and 1 day on CGI. Ultimately, I was pretty disappointed. I'm the guy who gives every movie a positive rating. I'm pretty sure the worst rating I've given on this channel is a 4.5. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'll be a little generous. I'll be a little forgiving. But I mean, I'm sure we'll touch on a lot of what's bad about this movie. But yeah, I'm feeling a 2 out of 10 also.
2 out of 10.
I hope you don't give it higher than that.
It fluctuated. It was between part of it I thought, okay, it's gonna be a 3. And then there's a part of the movie that I think we're all thinking about where it went down to a 1.5. I think I'll settle on a 2. There's nothing super egregious about. Yeah, we'll get into it, about the filming style or anything.
Yeah.
There's no, the whole plot is just a waste of time.
So non-spoiler thoughts for myself, without spoiling the movie. I have a lot of gripes with it. But I basically have to agree with them that it just felt like I don't understand what they were thinking. I'd be very curious to know what were reshoots, what they went back and changed.
I have to know the original,
actually.
what the original audience said, and they thought, okay, we'll go back and fix that. Because what was this movie before that?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think I can go as low as y'all, because for Nosferatu, I rated it, a 1.5 out of 10, because it put me to sleep. This movie, I stayed awake the entire time.
Okay.
Sinners, I think I gave a 3.5 or 3 out of 10. I don't remember which one. But I enjoyed this one more than Sinners, I'll tell you that.
There's no way.
So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Probably a 3.75 out of 10.
Okay, so we're below 4.
Yeah,
So
we're
gotta
below
combine 8.
in my mind, average movie is a 5, right? So if you're 4 to 6 range, you're oh, okay, that's all right. But then once you start getting out lower than that, I guess from camera's perspective it'd be this way. Once you get lower than the 4, then it starts getting into territory, right? Basically everything for Adam that's under a 7. I don't know. 3.5 out of 10. 3.75 out of 10. That was just.
Yeah, this is one of the worst ones I've seen recently that I can recall. In terms of I was sitting there and I couldn't find anything positive.
It was just there was parts where I was in my head. I was they couldn't film anything else as a filler. Like, what the fuck was this?
I
Like,
was genuinely.
why was that in
Yeah,
there?
I don't want to give away too much.
And I
but
feel like any person would have wanted to see is what they skipped over. So
I feel like
don't know.
there was a lot of potential. Like people were being hard on it before it came out because like the idea of giving a backstory kind of ruins the point of the strangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There was parts when I really just sat there and thought, how did they let this happen? like out of everything they could have done, this was the best idea they had. They put this on the screen.
Maya, what's her name? Like the actress?
I don't know.
I told Jordan, I was like, imagine being that actress and having this fucking movie on your like fucking
All
discography
three
or
of
whatever
them.
it's called.
Having
What is it
all
called in
three of
film?
them,
Is it? It's not
I know what you're
discography.
talking about, but I don't know.
You can argue. My thing is the way like
Filmography?
And it's whatever.
Yeah,
History
filmography,
record, right?
Something
She
like that, yeah.
was in
On
this
her
movie.
resume.
I would be fucking embarrassed.
yeah,
Like, oh,
you can
this
tell
one
she's a Riverdale
specifically.
actor.
I mean, I thought she was fine.
Fine is a,
But like,
doing a lot of.
if I were her,
Yeah.
I would be like, why are you making me do this? What is even happening?
To me, it's like something like Five Nights at Freddy's is like ultimately I understand the plot is kind of like it's a mid movie, but it's enjoyable enough for me to give it a positive score. But this
Yeah.
one I just couldn't. Like the first one, I can understand why people would think it's bad, but chapter one, like it was. I understood it wasn't something super deep or like really groundbreaking or anything, but it was still enjoyable.
It was the first movie.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it was. It's the
This
original.
one, I mean, come on, man.
Well, I
we were
wasn't-
too hard on Halloween Kills.
I wasn't in the episode for Strangers Chapter 1, but I actually enjoyed that one as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
In comparison,
in comparison to
especially.
this one and what's probably going to come next, that was probably the most enjoyable out of this new reboot that they're trying to do. But I still don't think it's close to the originals, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck this movie was. Like, that's it. I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead get into spoiler town. Before we get there, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the algorithm stuff. If you want to watch this movie, it's it's your prerogative.
Just wait
But
till it
until then,
streams, right?
yeah, just wait till if you don't have one of those like Regal Unlimited or I think AMC has their own, I would probably wait until it streams. But until then, this is gonna be your spoiler warning. We're gonna go ahead and get into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bro, streams on one of the free services.
Just
Movie or
stream
something.
this movie and watch it on 2 times speed because you don't need to be there for an hour and a half.
This movie felt so long. So when I watch these movies, right, I have my tablet and I take notes, so I'm able to like remember what happens and everything. I remember when the halfway point happened, I looked at the clock on the tablet and I was like, oh my fucking god, only 45 minutes have passed.
I was keeping track of the time and like we're in the movie and I thought, oh, we're halfway there. I saw people on Reddit before we get into the spoilers talking about like, yeah, everything after like she escapes or whatever goes downhill, like the hospital, after she gets out of the hospital. And she does that pretty early in the movie. That was not early. That was like half the movie.
Yeah, honestly.
For no reason.
You know what? Yesterday, my glasses fucking broke, and I think that was the universe telling us not to waste our fucking time on this movie, okay? Because I almost went there and not even being able to see. And honestly, at this point, I would have been fine without my glasses. Like,
We should have done the Conjuring movie.
So the movie basically starts. I think Jordan said your words that like one of the ways to quote unquote kind of kill the franchise is to like show their identities, right, of the strangers. The first 10 seconds of the movie shows you the identity of one of them.
Well, I don't remember what happened in the first 10 seconds.
It's just I think it's the sheriff and his deputy at a diner, and then the waitress is there, and she like asks for their order or something, and then right when they showed her face, I was like, oh, she's one.
Oh,
of
it's
the
like a
characters.
flashback.
you know what's
thing,
funny?
yeah, or
You
like
saying you don't remember the first 10 seconds of this movie just shows how unimpactful this was.
I will get when we jump into the first flashback. That was one of my biggest gripes about because they show you they show you who one of the killers is.
They show you who two of them are.
They do show
Yeah,
you who two of them,
yeah.
and
As kids.
right, but they show you like literally hand it to you on a platter who one of them is as an adult, and then at the end of the movie, the unmasking it has no effect because you already knew. Like,
It's
I don't
even worse
understand.
because in the flashback scenes, they gave her as a child the doll that had the exact mask that
Yeah.
she wore, which is actually funny because Jordan didn't catch that. I was like, oh, she has the doll, like, with the mask,
Yeah.
and he was like,
Doll
what?
face or
Where?
whatever.
And I was like, it was literally in the center of the screen. Like, she
Yeah.
was holding it right
Like-
in the center.
So Yeah.
It's just one thing. It's just one thing to show flashbacks or like backstory, but then to literally show the person as an adult, like there's no, like, there's no guessing. You're just.
They just handed it to us.
It's bad, man.
Yeah. It's just. So so right off the bat, I have the exact same gripe with this movie that I had with The Strangers Chapter 1. I could not tell the difference between Dollface and Pinup Girl. I could never tell which one was on the screen because they weren't there long enough for me to distinguish which one was which. So whoever decided to give both of them black hoodies, that was a very bad choice.
What do they have in the very original movie?
She has her long blonde hair.
Well, yeah.
So they have distinctive features.
And then the other one has the short hair, right?
Something. I don't remember if she has hair or if she has a hat, but one of them has. Pinup Girl has blonde hair.
That's why my thing was like, it just made no sense in the fact that again they gave us who it was very early, and then they're still wearing these, like they're still trying to keep it a secret. I don't. But I agree that one, you can't tell who's who, and like I've told y'all before we started filming, I thought there were two guys, and I don't know if that was just like because the way it was filmed, because I just couldn't tell who the hell is who.
Yeah.
Because they also rarely show up at the same time.
Yes.
Like,
yes. There's only
they're
like
interchanged so often.
Which is unlike the originals, right? In the originals, there's shots of them together. I know, so. Well, maybe I'm lying, but like the iconic scene where they're on the swing set, I think both of the girls are out there at the same time. I don't know. We'll have to rewatch the originals, but yeah. Mm-mm.
It's just, what the fuck? Okay, so after they rip off the Band-Aid and reveal one of the fucking strangers, we cut to Maya and she's in the hospital, right? She's told that her fiance died, and she's talking to the sheriff, and his deputy or whatever, and then she says because they're talking about the killing, and she tells them that they liked it. It was like some kind of ritual, and then like, has this happened before? And then before she could even like get an answer or anything, the sheriff just cuts him off.
Yeah.
Like, oops, sorry.
You can tell the deputy is very like he's connecting dots, but the sheriff is like, no, don't tell her anything.
He's very clearly in on it.
Which I'm like, yeah.
Which like I get you kind of want to keep it ambiguous, right? In this movie, they kind of like allude to him being part of it, but the sheriff is still played by Richard. What's his last name? Richard Broke.
I don't know his last name.
By Richard something. This guy only plays killer. Like that's it. In every single Rob Zombie movie he's in, which I think is like 2 or 3 of them, he plays like the insane killer. Are you really gonna cast this guy as the sheriff and not tell us that he's part of this entire thing?
Yeah. There's just no. Yeah. It's just there's so many times like how they give away essentially 2 of the people, basically early in the movie. It's like you expect there to be a plot twist or something when they make it that obvious.
Yeah.
Same with like the sheriff. Like you almost expect there to be a plot twist. And I can guarantee in Chapter 3 there's not going to be a plot twist. Like, it was just very obvious.
Yeah.
Which also, so Maya, she asks about who Tamara is to her nurse, right? This is in that opening scene.
This is later on, but yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Do I wait?
You can say it now.
So she asks about Tamara, and then the nurse is like, oh, it's just like a ghost story. So that makes me think that, like, it happened ages ago. And then, like, it comes back full circle in the flashbacks and stuff, which we'll talk about later. But then I'm like, okay, that wasn't a ghost story in an ancient town. That was like a fucking news article from last week. Like
20 years ago.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that was already kind of weird. You know what I mean? Because when I hear ghost story, I think like urban legend, like, oh, it's been around the town for years.
Like the
not
donkey
like,
lady?
Yeah, not like within somebody's fucking lifespan, because never seen the flashbacks that have Tamara in them. So like,
yeah.
I thought it was stupid.
Yeah. So after the conversation that Maya has with the police officers, we cut to the police, and they're at a diner, and they basically talk about...
The diner, right?
Yeah, the diner. I think it's called, like, something diner.
It's such a cliche diner.
The diner, right?
And so they are having a conversation basically about the murders, and the waitress, who's one of the killers, is there, and she overhears them saying that, you know, that Maya survived. So then it's just like, okay, cool. You're out here saying, I'm assuming classified information. I don't know, right? And then like, you don't know who these people are, and then boom, one of them hears it.
And then you have like this random girl that comes up to them
with
and
her
like
theory, right?
with her like spitting conspiracy theories. We have no clue who she is.
And she's like, I think
almost,
Maya did it.
It's like this weird, like she paints it as this thing, but then she never comes back, or like comes back one more scene.
But she's in the diner in like one of the other.
But they establish a character just to, again, unless something else happens in chapter 3. There's no payoff.
It's filler. Like at this point, whatever the fuck number 3 is, it probably could have been number 2 if you removed all the shitty ass scenes that literally didn't have to be in here. Like I really think they could have. Honestly, this movie didn't have to exist.
What hurts my head is like usually filler from chapter 1 to chapter, like so many trilogies, the middle one is a filler where like it's there in the context of the other two. But this one feels like it didn't advance anything.
This man has never seen The Empire Strikes Back.
Bruh.
I think I have. It's been a long time. Which one is that? I don't know. Just a lot of times, like in at least the horror trilogies I've seen, or ones that are filmed like this.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's to get from point A to point B, and the middle ones like the point 5. It doesn't really go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. In that case, make the first one 30 minutes longer.
It's all filler, and there's so many.
Give it half. Because I don't know what I think is dumb is I don't even remember. I think have we seen Strangers 2 like the original? Because there's Strangers in Strangers 2. Yeah. So isn't that just another like they're harassing another family?
Mm-hmm. And the trailer park?
Yeah, okay. Oh, so that is the one that we saw, was the second one. So I understand that they're trying to do something different, but I think it's just difficult because the chapter 1 is what these strangers is, right? Like
the only thing that makes it the strangers is the mask they're wearing.
Yeah, so really number 2 is just giving us backstory, which I don't want. It's the strangers,
backstory
right?
Like
I don't want. We're not supposed to have the history on the victims, and we're not supposed to have the history on who is doing the act. So I think that's one of my main gripes, which I know you're saying a lot of people have with this film. But then, like, if you are going to give me the lore dump, don't do it like this. Like you told me in the first 10 seconds of the movie, what am I sitting here for an hour to watch?
Yeah.
Like Maya running in the rain? Like literally doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, it's so good. So then let's see. So then this is where we get our first flashback. It's a little girl playing in in like a school playground yard or whatever in a sandbox. She has like fills a cup with sand, puts it over or whatever. And like they focus so much on this little girl, you can clock it right away, right? That this little girl grows up to be one of the killers. And then
which is fine.
This is where she hugs the doll that has Dollface's face on it.
Yeah, but it's directly linked because I'm pretty sure at the diner when they are panning on the waitress, it immediately fades into the flashback.
And then fades back into her.
Exactly. So it's not even like a random scenic, I don't know, like shot, and then it goes into the flashback.
That's what I'm saying.
Panning on who they're going back to.
Mm-hmm.
At least if there's some kind of like nuance to it. It's like if you're watching a Scream movie and they showed a flashback and literally showed the like which one of the friends is the killer right after.
Yeah, or like if Tamara is like a ghost story. Okay, so then panning on this lady and then the flashback be of like her great grandma or something, like some sort of lineage thing. But no, it's her.
So after we get that flashback, that's when we get the scene with Maya talking to the nurse, asking about Tamara. It's a ghost story. And then we basically get shots of the hospital from there. And it's like a little bit of a montage. We get somebody talking on a payphone, and then it shows like different hallways, and then we cut back to the person who's on the payphone, except they're not there anymore. It's a splatter of blood on the glass.
Yep.
Wow. Crazy. And then what happens next? Tamara gets a call from an Maya gets a call from an unknown number. She picks it up. Is Tamara there? And then the fucking power goes out. Yeah. So one of the things to note is that in one of these hospital scenes, I don't remember which one it is, but Maya gets a message from someone named Debbie, I think.
Oh, I think it's like an aunt or some sort of family member.
Yeah, some sort of family member, close friend, basically saying that they're going to transfer her from the hospital that she's currently at into one basically in her hometown. Mm-hmm. And that the EMT at some point is going to show up in the ambulance to take her that way.
Does the EMT have her location? This is one of my big gripes later, is that her phone's off and the EMT knows to go somewhere else that isn't the hospital. Later in the movie.
I don't know, because it even shows her text history, like later in the movie when she's at the house. And I think it's just, he's going to be there soon. Okay, how soon? But nowhere in there does it say, okay, I'm at this house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at this other address.
Also, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt because it was so early in the movie and we hadn't really set the tone. But I feel okay being critical of it now. the video with the aunt or whoever feels like, you know how you can go online and pay celebrities to like film a video for you? It felt so like, you know, this lady just filmed this at home and like was reading the script on the teleprompter.
So after the power goes out, or sorry, the power doesn't go out yet. That's my bad. After the Tamara here message, you hear somebody screaming in the hallway, and Maya's freaked out, right? So she gets out of bed. Yeah, you hear running, like who are you? Running, okay, cool. She gets out of bed, goes to check it out, walks in the hallway, runs, sees the emergency exit, goes for it, then that's when the power goes out.
You know what irked me about this? She ripped off her sensors and didn't unplug the machines from the fucking wall, so they were beeping from her hospital room. And it seemed like there were no other patients in this.
Amanda mentioned this. We never see.
I told him, I was like, first of all, we never see any other patients. I'm like, where did everybody else go?
Also, is this like a hospital in a different city, or does this little town just have a big ass hospital?
I don't
with
know.
With one nurse.
Exactly. But I'm like, okay, now you have all these sensors going off. They're gonna know what room you came from. Like, she was just, I get it, she was panicking, but also, let's be smart.
She's not a very good final girl. Like,
yeah.
There's no survival skills. Like.
No, yeah.
So what I realized after I got home and talked to Joyce about it is that this movie is basically just a rinse and repeat of Maya seeing one of them, running away, getting away, seeing one of them, running away, getting away, and it's just a rinse. It's just that
for an hour and a half, or an hour, however
and
long.
Like a lot of like Scream is that, but it just has substance to it.
I don't even like Scream like that, but Scream is most definitely, I feel like, gives you more.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like you're running from a killer, but there's some nuance. You don't really know who the killer is. You don't know who you can't trust.
Oh, and we get kills throughout.
Right, and there's like actual relationships. But because she was the only survivor, and she's surrounded by a bunch of people she doesn't know, like there's no relationship to be had. She runs into somebody she's seen before, and then freaks out and runs away.
Which I do get it, right? Because this second movie is supposed to be her coping with that trauma. Because this just technically happened, 2 days ago?
I don't know.
Sooner, but yeah.
Feels like an hour ago. She's bleeding from her head the whole time.
Yeah.
It might have been the next day, because she kind of just wakes up and then she's getting questioned.
Because she ends up back at the house from chapter 1.
I asked about this because there's
because he was
the blood is like fresh.
Yeah. Okay, so emergency exit. Power goes out. She starts walking around. She sees the dude with the sack on his head, with one of the curtains, goes into one of the rooms, starts closing all the curtains. The camera, so she's in this room, right? Only one door in, one door out. The camera's looking at her like this, head on, and she ducks out of camera view. And we have no idea where the fuck she went, right?
This is kind of one of the only camera pans I've
But
I'm sorry.
How does that work? Because the dude in the sack is coming in through the door as she ducks out of camera view, and she's just gone.
But then, where do we find her later?
Behind the door.
It made no sense.
She would have had to. She would have had to walk in front of him.
Behind the door, and then
she would have had to pass him.
Because he hears her, so he turns, and then she runs out of the door. Like he sees her run out.
Because it is also really quiet. Like there's no way she could have walked around. She's not a quiet lady.
Because all she did was close all the curtains and then she ducked. But it shows when they open the curtain, they're used. So that's its own little room. So there's no way she could have ran behind.
There's another time later in the movie when it's we see people outside and then they get tied up and everything happens in the span of 30 seconds. It just isn't realistic.
I don't know,
oh man, maybe this movie is secretly great and we're just haters.
Right? They're
maybe that one,
they mastermind and locked all the emergency exits, surrounded the building.
So she slips out of the door and runs. She gets into one of those little shafts that you'll see where I don't know what they're called.
I think it's a laundry shaft almost.
I think
I know mansions and stuff have that when they need to put trays of food up and down.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they're called for hospitals, but it's some kind of shaft.
Why it leads into the attic or the morgue? Oh, I guess it's a morgue. Okay.
Well, it's a basement. She lets out.
I thought they went up.
She goes up.
Wait, but then she comes out on the...
up? I thought she was on the last floor because she's where all the pipes and stuff are.
You see what we mean?
Oh my gosh, did it go up and she ended up in the fucking basement, bro?
Well, the thing goes up, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was
because the girl's
grabbing
for her. I don't know if it's doll face or whatever. pinup girl is one of them.
Oh my gosh, does she go up or down?
I think she goes up.
But then when she leaves,
Okay, so she enters the morgue through a separate door. That's not where she gets let out. But I figured it was the basement because that's where all like the pipes and shit were. And then when the morgue is on that same floor, when she's able to run out of the hospital, she runs up a flight of stairs.
Here's the thing.
A mini little flight of stairs.
Oh, okay. Maybe she did go down, but the thing goes up. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the shaft goes up.
It probably does.
Unless I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, this movie's great. But she goes up, she opens the door, I think she leaves her cell phone in the shaft, and then she walks out.
It highlights that it's in there.
Yeah, and then it's the scene from the trailer where there's a long dark hallway, and then Sackface or whatever the fuck his name is on the other end, and then he starts running towards her. She ends up in like this boiler room, and there's a bunch of tanks of liquid nitrogen, and she sprays liquid nitrogen on his face and gets away.
Oh, because she can't stay quiet.
Yeah, she can't stay quiet. Which, like, yeah.
But it wasn't even the weeping that got her, like, busted.
She moved her foot and moved a wrench.
Yeah.
And then she ends up in the morgue, where there's 2 dead bodies on 2 tables. You want to say something?
Well, you can continue, and then I'll say I have something to say about this morgue scene.
This is another scene. I don't think I'm gonna take what you're gonna say. Where I understand the point of the effect, but just knowing what we know about the character, this is another one where we just pan, and she's climbed inside of, like, laying.
No, that is what
how do you climb in there? Turn around.
Not only that, but I want to see you opening the door
from the inside
to the morgue. Well, yeah, that too. Okay. But like, okay, so we get the scene of the morgue, and he's running in there, right? The sack face guy. All of a sudden, she's in the fucking cubby, whatever they're called,
at the top,
with her deceased boyfriend. I want to see you open that door, find his body, and then climb in. Show me that.
That's what I wanted to
see. Because how fast? Really? There's no way.
But then they do the whole like, okay, we just pan the camera. And
they show her getting out. But
you don't know where she is, except we're about to show you where she is.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt robbed in that moment. Like, I want to see you climb into that. Because there had to be some sort of emotion, right? Seeing his body in the morgue all frozen. Yeah. But we see it when you're already in there with him. Like,
yeah. So she hides in one of the cubbies, just like Amanda
saying. Like, was she opened the other one and it was like all the freaking, the cold.
Yeah, you're being preserved. Like,
and then Sackface, when he gets into the room, the first thing he does is check the 2 bodies that are on the table, right? That are outside. Oh, they're not him. Okay. Or they're not Maya. Okay, cool. Starts opening the fucking cubbies. Some random... So before...
staring into them.
Yes, he's staring into one of the cubbies, and they're staring at each other. But then a worker comes in, and then he axes him and then drags his body off, right? Then Maya... somehow, from inside of the cubby, opens the door. There's no latch on the inside to open. How does she open the door?
It does latch on the outside, too. Also...
Oh, it does? It's kind of like a pull, like unboxing.
There's just like an infinite... There's an infinite, like...
Wait, are we sure there's nothing inside the morgue cubby?
They show the door as it opens. It's flat.
There's like an infinite void where everybody disappears to in between scenes. Because, like, one... I mean, the guy maybe not very intelligent, which we fixed. Or
the employee?
We find out later on. No, the sack face guy.
Oh.
There's no way he would just kill the guy and walk away. But he kills a guy. We find out it's a very confined space. He kills a guy and walks where? Enough for this lady to get out loud as hell, and walk around. Also, it's PG-13, isn't it? I don't know. All I know is they cut away from the axe chop, and that's when I realized, what are we doing here?
Is it PG-13?
We see him rip the axe out of a dummy body or whatever. R.I.P. the morgue worker.
She somehow ends up outside. It's raining, and then the Sackface sees her leave. She runs and she finds someone's house, right? She starts looking for... There's a truck that's parked. She starts looking for keys, doesn't find any, ends up in a barn. There's where she finds the keys. And then the owner of the house is like, stop right there. And she's like, call the police. And she's like, I can't. The sheriff... And then before she can even finish her sentence, she gets shot by one of the girls.
Like, I wouldn't call the sheriff or whatever.
She was essentially
going to what we already know.
Her. Yeah.
And then... This was another one where, the character development is just not consistent. She shoots one... We find out later, she can shoot multiple times. She shoots this lady And then I guess because she got a gun or something,
Is she gonna run?
she fucking books it. When do they book it? They never do that. Look, I found her. Oh no, I gotta go. Like, that just ruins the whole point of it. Imagine if Sack Guy like ran away. Yeah, like.
That means they had to prolong this for another hour.
Just for her, and she decides. Let me go to the house or whatever she does. Like,
well, I think she was in the horse stables
oh,
first.
Yes.
She goes into the horse stable. There's a bunch of horses. Yay! She like hears one of the girls coming up, so she hides in one of the stalls, gets a pitchfork. They end up like basically getting one of the girl killed. I can't tell you which one.
I think
it
it's
is.
the main one.
I think it was Dollface. Dollface is the one that does not have the freckles. She has like the black because the one
hair.
that looks like she should be pinup girl is Dollface.
Correct.
And then pinup girl is the one that has the freckles with this like the painted on lashes.
The one with the hair.
The costume design's awful.
The one with the hair is the one from the flashback, right?
That's Dollface.
Also, this is another. I don't know.
She's the one in the stage.
She gets stabbed with.
She gets stabbed in the
thing,
knee
and
with
then
the
regenerates.
fucking- Yes! She has that Michael Myers regenerate, right?
They could have used an arrow. That would have been funny.
I don't know, man. Also,
You get it? He didn't
Yes,
get
I
it.
did.
Did
an
you
arrow
get
to the knee. Yes. I'm just so angry about this movie. Also, I understand. I don't know. You know, I'm not in that position. I don't know what I would do. But like, you stab her and then you
Also-
run. Like you.
it? Hang on. So this is getting ahead of ourselves, or myself, I guess. She's in a horse stable. Later, we hear animal noises when Bagface unlocks something, and it's not a fucking horse. Like that's what I expected.
You reminded me. I know I'm gonna harp on it again. I'm starting to realize it's just the director's style. This is the horse stable was another one where you see the shadow. Literally, the person's walking up, and then Maya disappears. Like we don't see where she goes. Apparently, she fucking did all that without like.
Yeah, I don't know.
After stabbing Dollface in the leg, she runs. She sees another one, and she goes skirt, and then she keeps going, runs into a restroom, and then we get a reference from The Shining, right? The dude with the axe.
We saw this
Again,
in the preview,
bro.
and I told Jordan, I was like, first of all, that movie's not even that good to be referencing it that much. But also, let's be original.
I'm pretty sure they reference it in chapter 1 also.
Do they?
Because the front door has an axe chop in it. Maybe it's not
Well,
necessarily that.
I think this one is more of a reference because
It's
it's
a
the
bathroom.
restroom, and he's like the
And then
whatever.
he puts the hand. Well, I mean, in The Shining, he like yells through it.
It's very
Johnny.
like. I don't like this reference. One, because it's so overdone. But two, there's times like it shows up in Terrifier 3 or like Scream, and it's very clearly like tongue in cheek. Like
It's okay when
they're
Terrifier
making
does it.
fun of it. Like it is a play on the fact that everybody does it, and it's like a fun thing. But with a movie like this, that's garbage, that has no like they clearly don't have any love for the art. Why are we doing this?
I think you can do that and like the Terrifier. Like okay, the Terrifier uses that, I guess.
But he has love for
And-
the art. Like there's a
But that's what I'm
care
saying.
to
It's
it.
like you can use that and it's okay if your movie's good. But if your movie's ass,
That-
why are you doing that?
Like you're wasting it on
Like,
this character that has no. This character sucks.
I'm gonna
What are
hold
we
that
doing?
double standard. It's okay if some movies do it, but this
And-
one.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like the difference with Terrifier is that like one of its things is that it's meant to be like making fun of other
like Scream.
Like
kinda.
Scream.
things,
And the
yeah.
killers are like playful and it
Yeah.
matches their
But
personality.
this one, they're trying to be serious. Also, it pissed me off because she was struggling so fucking hard to get this window open until she got a chunk of her hair ripped out, and then all of a sudden, it was just one little fucking latch
Yeah.
to get out of the window.
And this guy being so powerful with an axe, how does she keep getting away? Like, I feel like they're just toying with her.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying. At this point, like you can tell that so much of it was prolonged because they could have gotten her so many times in the movie. And like I understand, like
One of their
Well-
big things is to toy with them, but
yeah, but also like it's just dumb. Really, like they could have done so many other things with this. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but something else.
So Maya escapes from the restroom, just like Amanda said. She runs into at this point, I think it's pouring rain, or it's been pouring rain.
Mind you, she's doing all this with a stab wound.
With the stab wound,
And
with no
she has-
shoes.
and she has
Yeah.
like, I told Amanda this, and I don't know, I'm just being picky as hell. It's pouring rain, and then the next day she's out in the woods with like, I perceived it as like a clean face of makeup. Like, after she never, I don't know, man. What are we doing?
She runs out into the middle of the road. There's a truck that stops. The driver they pick her up. The driver in the truck is the nurse from the hospital. The person in the passenger seat is her roommate. Maya's freaking out, right? Because she doesn't know who to trust. Okay, cool. She sees a pair of shoes, she steals them. She sees a first aid kit, she steals that too. And then they keep driving, they find 2 men on the side of the road. It's their other roommates. Wow. And then we get the scene from the trailer where she's like really antsy inside of the truck, and they're like, you see the guy with the smiley face tattoo and the other guy who looks like the weirdo from Maddie, who's always like the
lips. Which I think this scene, like you're saying, is the one that made me think there were 2 guys. And 2, let's say, I'm just gonna spoil it, right? We know if one of them is involved, how did they both end up out there? Is the other guy just not involved and he happened to...
I mean, maybe there is
They were saying there might be 2. Oh, I don't think there's 2.
Well, no, the other guy ended up on the chopping block.
Okay, because I told him, I was like, no, I think it's just like a trauma thing. Like, I think she's just envisioning that this could be
If that guy was
scenario.
just following her, how did he run into the other guy and like...
Well,
because they say that their car broke down, or they locked the keys inside something. Like, there was a reason why
didn't the sergeant leave. Find the truck later after this? I don't know.
I don't think is he at that barn?
I think he goes after this.
The sheriff?
The sheriff goes to a barn later. I don't
fucking know. So my other thing too is that like whoever's decision it was to put this scene together, I think this scene would have been much more impactful had you not showed us the identity of one of them in the first 10 seconds of the movie.
No, really.
Right,
because we know it's one of the girls is not it. Like,
exactly.
Out of all of them, I will say, it's like in the trailer they make it seem like it is them. I understand we don't know whether the guys are it or whatever, but yeah, it just gives off this very like, had I not known and I actually thought, oh my god, this might be them. Yeah. Like it's this interesting thing, but I'm sitting there like, yeah, she's freaking out for no fucking reason.
Then she starts seeing visions of all of them wearing the different masks. There's a person, the person in the passenger seat pulls out this giant hunting knife, and starts eating an apple. And then when she puts it down, sheathes it, puts it on the center console. Maya grabs the knife and then jumps out of the car, jumps over one dude out of the car. Yeah. And then she hides in the forest, and then they go looking for her, and they give up after 10 seconds. The police, the sheriff, and his deputy show up to who fucking knows where.
Yes, this is when they're like, I don't know where they went. It was just
a
point to show the truck.
Who called them?
Yeah, so at first Jordan didn't catch it, I don't think. But the sheriff tells like the deputy, okay, he's like, let me know if you see anything or whatever. And then they drive by the truck. The sheriff notices the truck.
Yeah, because in the conversation with Maya said that she noticed a red truck.
Right.
But the truck that they show, that they focus on, half of it is white and the other half is
white and red.
Well, that is their truck.
Right.
But I'm wondering if I think that was the lady's house with the horses stables, I think.
Is that the car that broke down? But then how did he sneak off?
Those were the dots that I had connected, that it was where the stables were. But like you're saying, I don't know who would have called them. Or like why? Because we see the truck there and then we see the truck later at an auto shop. I think it's the truck.
It's a different truck.
Ooh.
I think it's a different truck.
The lighting was weird. I couldn't tell if it had the white stripe.
Yeah. But I do know that the truck that they show at the spoiler alert, the truck that they show at the very, 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 very end is all red.
Which is the one that was at the auto shop.
Maybe.
And they said the truck broke down. That's why because the roommates were like, "Why are you walking in the rain?"
But then that's what I'm saying. If the other guy wasn't in on it, what?
I don't know.
He just ran into the other guy and was like, oh, hey. So I don't understand.
So after that scene, it's the next morning. She cleans herself up. Okay, cool, with the first aid kit. She's walking in the forest, right? Yeah. And then the strangers show up into the forest. They see her dirty bandages. Then we cut to Sack Bag Butthead opening a door, and there's a bunch of snorting sounds. I thought it was a tracking dog, but it turns out
I thought it was going to be a horse for some reason.
I thought we were releasing a demon. I don't know what the hell we were doing, bro.
He releases the beast.
Which we don't...
And then I think this is a reference to Cujo, when she gets into the car and the beast breaks the window and she tries to leave the car and all these other things. It turns out that it's a hog.
I don't know why it irked me so much. I told Amanda this, that it wouldn't just show what it was.
Yeah.
Like, we go through this whole scene where the car's getting beat up and it just won't show.
I thought somebody was going to be riding this hog.
They should have never shown it.
Well, none of this scene had to happen. This is the scene that was like It was a lot longer than it needed.
What hurts my head is that none of this lore, like, okay, right there, I think technically it takes place in the same universe. I have no goddamn clue. Like, they went out of their way to write this lore that they had hogs as little kids. Out of everything we could have picked, what the fuck? Like that's the only reason we see the adult hog, because then they tie it back to some like emotional.
It was her hog.
Yeah, it's
the
like
diner lady's hog.
It's like, why? But why?
Exactly. That's what I don't know. They could have done anything.
The CGI was so bad. It
this
really
hog
was.
attacks her. This hog finds her, beats her up, or beats the car up while she's in the car. Bites her fucking leg. Blood is like splattering everywhere. She's getting dragged by this fucking hog.
It's very obviously that, like, it's so obvious that there's no CGI anywhere else in this movie.
But what the fuck does a hog have to do with the strangers? What is even
That's what I'm saying. They put it into the lore, but like, it's not like that happened in the first. They went out of their way to.
That is what they thought.
To create lore and be like,
the fucking hog.
You know, it'd be really cool.
Like at this point, did they not have the money to pay the actors of the strangers? So they had to have like a hog take over 30 fucking minutes. Like
the thing is, she's in the like the most expensive actress is in the movie. I'm assuming she's the most expensive one. Like, she's in this whole scene. I mean, my God.
They chose to budget for the CGI.
Genuinely,
okay, like it could have been anything else.
Me and Amanda watched the Bambi horror movie. That's what this felt like. Like,
no, that movie was actually good.
It just makes no fucking sense. It just has no like connection to the lore. There's no point.
I will say. So Maya ended up killing the hog.
Yeah,
and I told Jordan, I was like, but that was some of these fucking animals.
I know when they show the flashback, Amanda's like, oh, that was her pet hog. Like,
yeah, I was like,
she couldn't have had a wolf or a dog or anything. Also, like, I don't know. They don't give. I guess they're out. They don't give like.
And she just randomly stumbled across his fucking den. Like,
hog.
wasn't it showing something dead on the floor? Like that's what it kept panning when it would like go near the fire. Wasn't that something that was dead there?
I don't know. Oh,
it almost looked like a dead animal.
It was like a log or like a dead animal or something. I don't know what they were showing.
Because they kept panning at that. Yeah, there was like some random like.
In between the hog battle, they kept panning to something by the fire, but
that's
they wouldn't.
I thought maybe it was.
I thought it was the knife. Because the knife was on the log.
Bro, they really had to do that.
It was their fucking den or something.
Don't forget about the knife. I don't know. They just don't give like hog gives me. Am I allowed to say country bumpkin? But like they don't give the flashbacks make them. They just don't give country like the hog just isn't on brand. We should have just unleashed a real hog and then.
So then let's see. So they kill the hog. Dog face. One of the fucking girls shows up. Is all sad. Okay.
Like it doesn't really have any payoff either. Like. She might be sad, but it's very like. As an audience member, I don't give a hell.
It's such a weird thing to try to humanize these people too, right? Like we see it here with Dollface crying over her dead pet, and then we see it again later on. Which by the way, we're about like 2/3 of the way through this movie,
and we have done nothing. Like we have gotten nowhere story wise.
But like. They try to show that these strangers have emotions, which I just feel like it's so contradictory to what they are, or what they're supposed to be.
It's the same problem that like I feel like something like Halloween Ends have, where it's like, oh this poor guy he's getting old though, like he's like.
So with Michael Myers on Halloween, the lore dump is that he was a kid, right? And that's where it started. That was like enough lore dump, and then we see the rest of the movies. They could have ended it when she killed the fucking mouse as a kid. Like that's all we needed to see, really.
I think that was a flashback we forgot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was the only flashback that was important, really.
The problem is they're trying to humanize the person post us knowing they're the killer. Like, there's no humanizing, whereas. A lot of other movies, like, I know you didn't watch that, I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one.
I did not.
Or, like, Scream movies. Like, they're humanizing these characters because you think they're just another friend or another adult, and then they turn. Here, we already know they're the killer, so you can't retroactively be like, no, but they were a person at one point.
Yeah.
You know, a connection. You have no attachment to want to know.
One series that I think that does a good job about doing this is that showing us the villain for the entire series, but then in the latest movie flips the switch. Saw.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
what's it?
I've kind of always been on this side though.
Because Jigsaw the entire movie is like the bad guy, right? But in Saw X, you're like, oh fuck, like he got
had a
scammed.
reason. Yeah,
Like,
he was a good guy.
I don't know. It's like if we were watching like Terrifier or something, and they were showing flashbacks of Art's childhood, trying to like justify or like I don't know. It just doesn't. Make sense.
Yeah. So then after Dollface walks away, we're at the diner, and then the deputy is like, "Hey, maybe we should get the FBI involved," and the sheriff is like, "No."
Oh, cause like they're gonna
That's
look
it.
into our history, and he kind of tries to blackmail him.
Why the fuck are they always eating at this diner?
One.
Yeah, what the
This
fuck
is
is
like
your job?
in the
Like,
first movie,
hello?
we find out this is a town of like 12 people, which is why the hospital confuses me. What the?
Because it shows the population sign, doesn't it?
You're gonna call the FBI. Anybody can call the FBI. They're gonna come to this town of 15 people. Like,
Well, they do end up coming later. Some other state police does. Because he's like, they've had too many murders.
I thought he was the Airbnb owner or something.
No,
when he showed up, I
Yes.
That's in the first movie. The owner dies in the first movie.
oh, he does. He comes to
They
fix
shoot
the,
him, remember?
the fridge or whatever.
Yeah. And the fiance shoots him. Anyways.
Bro, the
the fiance does.
It's not even them.
See,
bro.
like, imagine if the fiance would have been one of them. Then it would be like this.
Or
Oh my god,
honestly,
I got.
okay, so I know this is like, I know we're already in spoilers, but this is like extra spoiling the spoilers. I feel like it would have been a little bit more of a plot twist if it did end up being the nurse. Like, because, okay, we got a little bit of her caring for that honestly, okay, you're here having to care for the patient that you didn't, like, finish off. Like, that would have been that would have been better.
Yeah.
And this fuck-ass server, like,
The problem
did she
is-
even ever interact with
The
her?
problem is exactly because she's out in the middle of nowhere on a vacation. Like there's no connection. They haven't established any relationships. It's not like a vacation that goes wrong in the sense that like they become friends with somebody and then they turn. It's just like she's a rando thrown in the middle of nowhere. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, the victim is supposed to be a stranger, and then the murderer is also.
why did she get redemption? Kill her off. Why did she get redemption? I would rather an anthology. Let me just see 3 different groups of people. Like.
So after that quick scene with the sheriff and the deputy, Maya finds this house. Turns out it's the house from the first movie, or chapter 1. It's covered in crime scene tape. She contaminates the crime scene.
And fresh blood.
Yeah.
She does.
And it's just unlocked? Like,
It's just
I
unlocked.
guess, I don't know.
I think she changes her clothes here because she finds her backpack that still has all of her stuff.
She's like eating food, which, okay. You know,
she's eating food. She's hungry.
That's a human moment, I respect.
Yeah, like, and the water's still running. She gets a drink of water.
This was a scene I could appreciate because as she was getting closer to the house, it was kind of like throwing back parts from the first one, right? Like,
Yeah, there was some flashbacks.
But they were like quick, like, oh my gosh, she's she's looking at the door, remembering exactly what happened. I did kind of
We
appreciate
could have got here
that
like 30
part.
minutes ago. Like, that was my thing. I don't know.
She hears somebody enter the house. She goes to check it out. Turns out it's a state trooper, just like Amanda was saying. She's like, or he shows her his ID, a picture of his ID on the phone.
A picture of it right after anything.
Okay, she changes after she.
A fiber ID.
Oh, he's like, I am. Look, trust me, I'm part of the.
Yeah.
She changes after, doesn't she change after she tells him, get me out of here?
No,
think
she's
it was
already
before.
changed.
Oh,
already
okay.
changed.
I was wondering.
Because she walks
These
into
people
the
are still
hallway
stalking
with
her.
the
Like,
outfit.
Yeah.
she's taking all this time. I don't know. And then this is you realize that they're not going to get away, obviously.
Yeah, so she's like, get me out of here. They go to his car. She gets in, and as he's getting in, he gets shot in the eye. The 2 girl strangers show up with crossbows. She floors it, right?
That's the thing. Imagine if they would have shot and then ran. I don't know. Also, that eye shot, that was like a whole point out of the 2 points I gave.
Turns out that they also shot the engine for the car, so it's breaking down as she's driving. I think she does the thing where you floor the car so you can have it go as far as you can. And then she
But then she
arrives
goes
at...
uphill
Yeah.
to the lake house.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I said, huh?
In the shot they take one, it looks like they hit the bumper or something. If the arrow didn't go all the way through this guy's skull, how would it have gone through the
I didn't even think
exterior
about that.
of a car enough to? But yeah, essentially it breaks down. She gets uphill far enough. Just happens to.
I have
But
no
she shouldn't have been
idea.
able to go
This
uphill
town
because
makes
she
no
floors-
sense.
She floors the gas pedal way before she even sees this fucking house, or she sees it and it's like
Right, if
miles
you're
in
rolling
the
to it-
distance.
And
That's
it
what
just
I'm
makes.
saying.
What is this setup? We have no idea where they are in terms of the town. Like.
I think they say it in
Yeah.
chapter 1.
We have this
Oregon,
cute little
I think.
Airbnb, and then like I don't know. The other house seems a little bougie. I don't know.
Yeah. So they show up at this lake house. The lake house just so happens to be the nurse and her 3 roommates. They take her in. They feed her. She gets changed, showered. Okay, cool, whatever. There's the one guy. I think his name is Greg. He's a fucking creep. He's the guy who has the smiley face tattoo. He tries to be r/nice guys on her, and just
He does. He's like
She-
all up in her face.
Yeah.
You can tell he's off. He's definitely getting
Yeah.
weirdo vibes.
So then we just get like a bunch of shots of her feeling really uncomfortable in the environment, right? She.
Oh, this is when we do get a moment of like, I mean, I know us as the audience already knows, but the main nurse girl offers her back her phone, which I
Yes,
think is
yes,
a very
yes.
big like, okay, I can trust you.
Yeah,
Like,
and then she's
seems
able
on
to
edge
text
about-
Debbie or whatever the fuck that person. She has signal again.
Doesn't text her a new location. I don't know.
Yeah, and then let's see. Sorry. Put on clothes. Okay.
The roommates keep telling the guy to leave Maya alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they
that
keep
was like,
telling her
because
that.
he was kind of like pestering her in the car too.
And she didn't lock the door. I don't know
Oh,
why.
because she keeps staring at the smiley face because of course she's remembering it from the door, like they painted on the stuff with the
Yeah.
blood.
Oh, in
And
the hallway he
tells her,
talks
he's
about
like,
it.
He's like, oh, do you like my tattoo? Like you keep looking at it.
It was from
And-
a church retreat.
Yeah, because that's what he's like. A lot of
Teenage
us
church
here
retreat.
have that.
But, yeah.
Mhm. They got it on a teenager church retreat.
And then-
If you're getting a tattoo on a teenager church retreat,
Maybe they're 18. I mean,
And this is coming from Amanda and I both. Not right now.
have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
Had it up.
It's just very, very interesting.
I can't remember if the EMT happens next.
It's
or
yes, the very next thing that happens. It's nighttime. The ambulance stops for gas. It's the same mechanic shop that they stop at in the first movie. And then he fills up. He asks for directions. Okay, cool. I think he doesn't even. The mechanic doesn't even give him directions,
Because
right?
he asks for the specific street, and then the guy's like, because I think he realizes he knows what house is there. Because he was like, are you going to the lake house? He goes, yeah, why? Or like, are you picking someone up? He goes, yes, I am. But then he like kind of just.
Because then they also
There's an
emphasize
off.
that he's like gripping the wrench. Like,
Yeah.
I almost thought something was gonna happen.
There's a shot of a red truck at this place. Okay, cool.
He's working on the red truck.
Everybody
He
has-
rose
yes.
out from underneath it.
That was a jump scare that actually got me. I didn't.
It
expect
did,
that.
it
Well,
did.
okay, so it half got me because when the EMT is walking up to the auto shop, you can see something move. So I was already looking under the truck because I figured something like someone was under there, and then he rose out later, and I was like, okay, you couldn't have stayed still for like 2 seconds.
Which did the EMT not gas up? Okay, never mind.
Then we come back to the house. We're in Maya's room. Greg, the freaking creep, comes in. He barges in, and he's holding a knife. And then there's a conversation that they have.
Oh, because he like grabs it, tries to play it off by like he grabs the knife holder that she had seen earlier on.
Something
And they
like
show
that.
his hands a lot in this scene, a lot.
They do,
and then
yes, it's
when
getting
they're
full
flashing
circle.
back to her actually getting stabbed, they're showing his hands there also.
Yeah.
So they're trying to really emphasize that. But he asks her about like how she felt when she got stabbed and she thought she was gonna die.
And it does the thing where like
it's flashing back
for a
to
second,
her.
honestly, I thought it wasn't him.
I still don't
Doesn't
think it's him.
Oh, interesting. That's
Yeah, I
an
still
interesting
don't
take.
think. I think like the way you like this whole movie is awfully written, right? Like it's
Yeah.
just bad. I think that what in there and whoever's decision it was to make this movie in their mind, they're like, oh, it's gonna be so fucking big brain if we put this guy in the movie and make him this real creep, but he's not one of them.
So I guess
Interesting.
my biggest question would be the tattoo then,
Because we really thought that gave it away.
I mean, if a lot of people have it in the town, right? Like,
because we see it in the
and who's to say?
we see it in the flashback later on.
And the other thing too is that like, so the mid-credit scene for this movie is the trailer for the third movie, and it makes it seem in my mind that there's multiple groups. Like it's not just.
Oh, so he may not have been one of hers.
That's
Is that
what
what you
I'm
mean?
thinking.
That would make sense in the
It makes
fact
sense that there's a community of people who are in on
you
it.
would make.
You would make sense.
You would
Right, and
make
then
sense.
like,
because then that would
because then
explain.
the sheriff basically like knows what's going
like
on.
clowns in a cornfield.
Yeah.
There's multiple.
That would explain the truck breaking down earlier. How I was like, how would the one guy have ended up with the other guy?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I
There's
thought
just
one of them is
different
in
red
on it.
trucks. You're big brain for
It's
that.
like a whole
I
community
didn't get that way. Okay,
conspiracy.
yeah, maybe I like this. Right?
Because it's a religious cult that no. I'm kidding. I will say, yeah, this is when he's asking a lot of questions.
She asks him because she's starting to put the pieces together and she thinks that it's him, and so she asks like why? As in, why'd you do this or
Oh,
whatever? And he says, does there have to be a why?
I put this in my notes. He mentions like, essentially, yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
And everybody just still lives there. The nurse never brings it up. Like, they get her in the hospital and they think, oh, well, I guess the nurse never sees patients because they all die. But it's like,
here's another one.
Even the people that aren't in on it, they're just okay with this. Like, they have to know it's happening.
Yeah.
If he knows.
Like,
Unless he only knows because he's part of the in-group.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then he leaves. Maya blocks the door with the dresser.
Why does he storm off? Because he like leaves the house. Like we see him outside.
Oh, I don't think we know why he leaves the house.
Because in my mind,
because there's just some art. Because he's already intoxicated, right?
Yeah.
He shows up into Maya's room drinking a giant bottle of alcohol.
Because us seeing him leave,
Jordan thought that wrote him off.
it's important. He's the only one out of the 4 that doesn't get off, which makes me feel like he has
But
some
he's also
connection.
not there. So
But how
maybe
do they
it
know to
could have
leave?
just been perfect timing, though.
Or in my mind, I thought he wants to leave because she's a target. He doesn't want to be.
Or maybe he just wants another bottle.
Exactly.
And then
If he doesn't want to be there while she's the target, then there's more of them.
Right. I will say this was another situation where like I feel like time moves too fast. Like we see him outside arguing with the girl, and then I feel like is her name Maya, the main girl?
Main girl.
I feel like she hears somebody in the hallway like right after that, and
Yes.
they've been like
And
tied
then
up and killed in this amount of time.
Yes.
Like
Also, I don't understand how they put Pinup Girl in the same room. So, like where was she?
Exactly.
She snuck in.
Well, okay,
Fine.
so what I thought of was when Maya saw the scissors peeking out from the closet, she picks up the scissors, but she never opens it.
Right.
So I figured she could be in there. But when Maya's at the door to, like, shut Dollface out, which, okay, fast forward, they're in the house. The closet doors don't open. So unless she was in the bathroom, like, where
she
literally
snuck
wherever she
in,
is
definitely
going.
snuck in while Maya left or whatever. Because I mean, they saw the
I'm
car
not-
was parked outside the house.
I'm
like,
not wondering how she got in there. I'm just wondering, like, I guess where she was. I
My-
mean, I didn't know there was a bathroom in the room until Maya hid in there. So I
Is
guess
it-
it doesn't matter.
Don't they
that
also
much.
just leave? Like when Maya goes out and finds all the people that have been. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over.
What even happens in their altercation? Because she turns around and she's, like, singing to her in the face. Do they, like, beat each other up?
Yeah, so basically what happens after the arguing, there's a noise outside of the room, no cell phone service, Dollface tries to barge into the room. Okay, cool. Maya's like, no, you can't come in. And behind her, that's when Pinup Girl is there, and she starts singing some lullaby.
They
And
literally
then
have
Maya,
her cornered, bro.
yeah, they do. And Maya turns around, and they're like face to face, and she stabs her in the shoulder with scissors, and then takes off
Oh, okay, she's
Into the restroom.
into the restroom. Yeah, and then there's of course some.
Because then she
fucking
goes to
altercation.
try to escape, and then she relocks the
And then she tries to escape through the restroom window, but there's burglar bars on
Right.
the window. I think she sees the ambulance outside.
On, like,
right?
the second floor, right? There's
Yeah.
burglar bars
Oh,
on the
is
second
that what
floor.
causes them to leave? Because then we hear like, I keep forgetting which one's Pinup Girl and which one's, but like
They
whichever
look the same, so it doesn't matter.
whichever one was trying to get into the restroom just leaves. But
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's because
Pinup
the
Girl.
EMT shows up. Like,
Yeah.
they
But
have to
you never even hear the dresser get back
You do.
dragged, right?
Actually,
Oh, you
do.
do?
Yes, when she's
You
in,
do,
when
you
she's
hear
in
all
the
of
it.
restroom,
Okay,
you do
okay.
hear all of that, and then that's what prompts her to leave the room. And then she goes downstairs and she sees that the nurse and the other girl were somehow super quietly tied up and just
Like, how did
eviscerated,
that all happen so?
like so quickly.
There also would have been no way she didn't hear that from upstairs because she heard commotion,
Right.
but not like that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Nobody was yelling.
That's what I'm saying,
What,
in
did they
the-
have clocks
And like
on
the
them?
and the roommate that isn't the nurse, but that's the girl. She's a veteran.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why she got that big ass knife on her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In the time between us seeing the guy leave, one of the girls was literally just out there with him. Two, I feel like Maya hears something in the hallway right after. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
And then they managed to tie a bag around the other roommate too. He's
Oh, the
just out there
guy.
on the step.
Yeah, he's out there on the steps.
And where did the EMT guy go? Because he's not in the ambulance.
We never see him again.
We don't. And
We
then
never see
I
him
told
again.
him. So oh, I'm sorry, my phone's out. If this is the curb, the ambulance is parked like that on the curb. But when she gets in it to drive away, she just puts it in drive. She
And
never
like
reverses
books it forward, whatever.
Yeah. So I was just like, how did that happen?
Because we
Unless
see.
I'm remembering
I mean,
wrong.
I thought
Unless
I
it
thought
was
that-
going up the driveway, I don't know.
I thought that the house was basically like, it has like the little parking area, not a little parking area. There's enough room up there for like 5 cars or whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it looked like a horseshoe kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I see.
I have to rewatch the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, no, you know,
But,
never mind.
I mean, obviously, when she's walking up to the, we all know what's about to happen. Like, it's
Right.
not
She
gonna
walks
be
up
bad.
to the ambulance.
Just jumps in, or the door opens for her.
No, it's already open.
Oh.
She walks up to the ambulance. One of the fucking doll faces in there, and then they have a fight or whatever. Maya stabs her in the head with
I
the
thought that was really it,
scissors.
bro. I said, that's all. Like, that's the big fight.
So we're getting into So Maya stabs her in the head with the scissors instead of because closes the door behind her instead of like. This is everybody's big gripe with these fucking movies, right? Not just strangers, but slashers is just like confirm your kill. Right? She doesn't do that
just chucked
ever.
her out of the ambulance.
Well, the ambulance door is closed, and right after she stabs her in the face or the head, that's when Sackhead comes up with the axe and starts axing the door
Oh,
yeah.
for the ambulance. Gets into the driver's seat and floors it. As she's driving, she does the look back, right? Make sure that doll face isn't
Right.
coming up. Still driving, and then wah! Jump scare. She comes up and tries choking her with some red ribbon or some shit. And then Maya basically sees like some debris or something on the road, intentionally hits it to flip the truck or to flip the ambulance over, crawls out. It's very important to wear your seatbelt because that's what ultimately gets Dollface.
The fact that that's how we kill.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because Maya was strapped in. It emphasizes her double checking her seatbelt right before she did that. So there was a little safety ad in the middle of the
It just
film.
adds into the whole fact that, like, again, Maya has no survival. Like, she just has no business. This is how you. Like, it wouldn't make sense for her to genuinely outsmart this person. So it has to be, like, I don't know. I guess she did outsmart her because she crashed on purpose, but it's just. Like, this is supposed to be the main girl. Like,
this is our final girl.
but, like, she's the final
That's
girl.
who
But,
they
like,
chose.
pinup girl. Like, this is the person we're getting all these flashbacks about.
Dollface.
Oh, yeah.
Or Dollface. Like, maybe the payoff is in chapter 3, but like to just we've been going out of our way to set some kind of lore for this person, and now she's gone because she fell out of a fucking ambulance.
I told Jordan, I was like, when did she fly out? And out of what window?
Like maybe it
Yeah.
adds in later. Yeah, because she's like totally far away.
Because she's like right on her, and then they flip.
and she's not really beaten up like the way people can end up like mutilated in an accident. Like
Right.
she's just
Especially being launched out of a vehicle.
she just got like
Because they were like this, and then like they were going straight, and then they turn onto the side. So like,
it would make
at
sense
what
if she
point
like
did she fly to the side?
they
Because
should have her
was,
face like drag on the concrete. Anything.
yeah, like the long walk. You know,
She just, like-
that's what I
she,
wanted
like-
to see.
I don't know.
And the mask stayed intact
But
too.
I don't know.
That was
While
my
she
big
flew
thing
out.
too. I was like, oh.
Also,
Maybe-
Maya had no want to check her face when she stabbed her. She
There was a-
waited till she was out of
There
the
is a
car.
time earlier. When is it? Is it when she?
What?
Oh, it's after this. Yes, you're right. When she gets out of the car, they make
Yeah,
this
so
build up.
Maya gets out of the ambulance to make a run for it because the wood line is right there, and then she sees Dollface's body. She runs over to Dollface. I think she checks her pulse or something to make sure that she's dead. As she's gonna lift up the mask, that's when she hears another vehicle approaching, and then she runs into the woods, which is like 10 feet away.
Literally,
and
while they're pulling out, like they totally
Yeah.
see her, and I don't know if it's like Homeboy's just so emotional about. That's what I'm saying. Unless there's some kind of payoff in chapter 3, I just don't. There's no point. That
But
you just.
my thing is if you were going to give us an entire lore dump on one of the strangers, you took all of chapter 2 to show us who this bitch is and then kill her. You should have done that in the first one. Give me the second stranger in the second
And my
one.
thing-
Give the last stranger in the
again,
last one.
my problem
Because what
with-
are you gonna do? Do both of them in the last or what?
Had you not focused on the final, like, had you not focused on the diner girl, and there was some, like, again, nuance or, like, unknown, but, like, we have Maya walking up to her, and, like, they tease the unmask. It doesn't matter. You told us an hour and a half ago. Like,
it's
why
just like
tease?
confirming that it's
Why
her.
tease it? Yeah, like, unless there would have been a plot twist, but then they come up in the truck.
So they go up into the truck, pinup girl and ballsack face basically walk up to the body. And the dude holds her, and it's like this 3-minute long sequence.
I thought they
of-
were siblings at first. Like in the
Yeah.
flashbacks, I thought they were siblings.
And then not only that, but Dollface is doing all this When her knee got stabbed with a pitchfork.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk
Justin
about
would've
this.
hated this.
We didn't talk about this.
What?
Real quick, rewind, just to give out a gripe. When Maya's fighting the hog, her leg should have been bitten off. It gets bitten, and she like limp. She's doing this weird ass limp thing for a little bit.
Her foot is literally like this.
For
right?
a whole 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't have the
running on
limp.
both
I guess she gets stitched up and her bones are fine. Like, the hog would have bitten through her bone. It doesn't make sense, man. But,
It does.
yeah, anyway.
So then when Baghead is holding this freaking girl, there's a flashback into when they were kids, and then it's one little blonde girl basically like playing on the playground with the kid who we're assuming grows up to be this killer, and she's like, knock on the door, do it again, is Tamara here, all that garbage, and then
It's meant to be, I think it's like a love triangle, or like the main girl is jealous that this guy is going and playing with this girl, essentially.
yeah, and so she's like, do it again, and then so when it's the knock on the door, except this time it's the little girl who grows up to be Dollface, and she's like, is Tamara here? And then caves her face in with a rock. There's blood on the ground. In the background, you see all the adults running up, and then they draw a smiley face. They draw a smiley face in
That's
the
the thing,
blood.
that's the tattoo, which made me think, okay, this is the guy. Because he has freckles, the little kid has freckles. It looks like his hand when he is like holding her has, I don't know.
We see Maya starting, like, watching them in the woods. The flashback basically ends with the smiley face drawn in the blood. It goes back to the them holding the dead body, and then Maya's watching through the woods, and then we get hit with the to be continued.
Oh, he does unmask her, no?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
He unmasked her,
It
and
is.
guess what?
Waitress.
It's exactly who we were told it was. No.
For a second, I couldn't tell because her face looked kind of weird. But then, like, he lifted her, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it is a diner girl.
So-
but also, I told Jordan, I was like, all these adults are running because they just rocked a girl.
That's my
And
thing.
they didn't go to jail?
I thought they
juvie or something?
they killed the girl and then like, oh, they're gonna hide the body or like something.
Yeah.
They're
Just sitting there in the blood. I don't know if
Holding hands.
I told her like maybe the sergeant is one of their dads or
That's
something,
what, yeah,
and
that
that's
is what he said.
or
So,
the
I mean, maybe
whatever
they
the
find
fuck
that
he is,
out.
the sheriff. Whatever
Maybe
it
the
is.
adults that ran out, they're in on it. They cleaned it up.
Because I mean, it's all like they're at like the church school or whatever. Like it adds back into the whole like we were on a church trip or whatever. So maybe they're the whole group of them. It just doesn't make sense that this same thing happened in this town and everybody's just like, oh yeah, the killings kept happening, but we're all just living here.
But
Like,
that's what irked me too. Is like, okay, if Dollface was that girl, the one who killed Tamara, then why are you talking about it like it's a ghost story that this diner girl was like 20 years old?
everybody knows the lore and the killings are still happening. Like, what do you mean? And you would have to know who it is.
Yeah.
If the little kid killed Tamara, you would know it is now the adult lady. You would know it's her. Like, hey, I heard
But
a
that's
story.
what I'm
You,
saying. Why is she even out? Like, if Stranger 3 doesn't show us why they didn't get locked up or whatever the fuck happens with them, what do you do in a like? Is it juvie? Where do they go? What do they do?
I don't know, but I don't think you just like. There's no.
You don't just let them go to school the next
It doesn't
day.
make sense if a little kid did something like that and they got caught or in trouble, or like the story gets passed around town. Like I'm saying, people would know. In such a small town, you would know. Like,
Also, Jordan
hey,
was-
that's Amanda. She did this when she was a kid.
Jordan was wondering how the guy had blood splatter on his shirt because it
Oh, the
was
little
girl
boy.
who, like, robbed
Oh, I
him.
think because
Unless she kept doing it until he came up to
I
them.
thought, in my mind, like it only has the little girl in the camera view, but in the way that I'm thinking about it is that he's standing right next to her.
Oh,
Like
potentially,
even
yeah.
like he just has her in view, but he's right off to the side.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was The Strangers Chapter 2.
And then we get a little trailer for.
We
Chapter
do. We
three.
get a trailer for The Strangers Chapter 3, which I think by the time this episode airs, I'm assuming that Lionsgate would have uploaded it up to YouTube at that point.
Yeah, Lionsgate fell off. I remember there was a point in my maybe I was always wrong because I was a kid. I feel like there was a point in my childhood when you saw the Lionsgate thing, you thought,
No,
yeah, this
no,
could be a good movie,
I agree.
or an
because
enjoyable movie.
Because they gave us Saw.
Yeah,
It gives Blumhouse.
which is funny because Saw like all the Saws consistently have bad critic reviews, but I think most people enjoy them.
Which
like,
why?
the original ones.
Yeah, I think they're good.
I think they're good too.
You ever
Yeah,
seen
Jordan-
Jigsaw?
I like that movie.
I
yeah,
actually
awful.
did too.
Hey, compared to this movie, hold up.
So Jordan was following the Rotten Tomatoes for The Strangers too, and it was just so funny because he was
It
talking
kept
about
going down.
all the critic reviews.
It's
were
at like a
just bad.
15 right now on the critic reviews.
That's crazy.
And the audience score, it's like a 50 or something. But
Are we gonna spoil the trailer? I mean, that ends up being the trailer, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Oh, I think we can, yeah.
So Maya has Dollface mask on.
Yeah, Maya becomes
and we see more of like the church
and
aesthetic.
it's another
and,
couple. Like they're standing in front of a different couple.
Which I want to know, how did this... I'm interested in...
And she's talking with the sheriff, and she tells him like, "Oh, I know where they're at," or whatever.
Like,
It's like, "All right, lead him to me," with Richard's
The grin.
crazy grin.
Like, I
yeah.
want to know, one, why didn't she just fucking run away?
Remember, she's also.
Unless they capture her and they make a deal with her, like, I want to know how they get her.
But that would make sense if they did do some sort of blackmailing thing, because the roommate emphasizes that she is the only one that has ever survived that.
Unless they just, hear me out.
Because I was like, well,
They
why
just
don't
kill her
let
and
go? Like, she didn't see your faces, just like, she didn't even live in this city, just let her go.
And apparently
home.
everybody knows about these killings anyway, like.
Yeah, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So predictions for the 3rd chapter. All right, you ready? Here's how to tie this movie up, this fucking trilogy up with the bow. Okay.
There can't be any bow. There's no way.
Here's how you do it. You bring back the survivors from the original 2 movies.
Oh, there were
What if
survivors?
it's them?
Mhm.
Alright.
Wait.
Shitty.
Bruh.
So
You haven't seen them.
But it's supposed to be in the same universe, and then they say nobody's ever survived. So is it not in the same universe then?
I don't.
That's what I'm saying. To tie it up in a bow, right? It's already awfully written. So
At the end
the
of
first ones, I don't know if the killers know that there were survivors.
Oh, maybe that. Maybe
I
that's
don't
what it
know
is.
either, because it's the little boys.
Their boys find them in the house.
Yeah. So bring back. I can't remember her first name, but Miss Tyler, who plays Arwen in Lord of the Rings, and then bring back. I forget her name, but the one from Prey at Night who survives.
That would probably be the only way. Okay, I hate when old characters come back, but for this, that would be the only way to like make this worth.
I just want to know how any of this, like, first of all, what the hell did they even build in this movie to pay off? Like, there has to be some kind of lore with the church group,
Yeah.
and with the relationship that makes sense. Like, I don't.
The little boys on the bike, they're not in this reboot, are they?
No. But they have a lot
That
of.
would have been a good way to tie it in, because that's like that could have been the school they go to.
That's
Yeah.
the adult guy now.
No,
With
they're
the
not.
tattoo.
In
Because he's an adult now.
oh, you meant the original guy.
No, I think that this movie, they could have just done exactly what you said, right? Or one of y'all said, made the chapter 1 30 minutes longer, just having her escape from the hospital and crashing the ambulance to kill one of them, and then scrap this entire second movie, and then just go into the 3rd.
Very clearly that. Like, I understand, like, again, your gripes with something like Halloween Kills, but at least, like, I don't know. To me, I got some fun out of it. At least I got a slasher movie. This
wasn't even that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
you're not talking about this. Talking about something else.
I'm saying, like, Halloween Kills, it
I
does
see.
the same thing in the sense that it just exists so that you can do number 3, which sucked ass. But, like, this, yeah, there's just no
I
point.
like Halloween Kills.
No, I'm saying Halloween ends sucks ass. I like
But
Halloween
you
Kills.
said Halloween Kills only exists.
Well, because, like,
for the other
story-wise, it happens the same night. Like, I like it because you get to see him kill. The kill count is through the roof, and that's what I was there to see.
one. Okay.
But story-wise, like, it only exists so that you can do 4 years later. Like, but this one, yeah, it just doesn't. There's no part of the plot that warrants.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, they've put the pieces, like the way they're teasing, like the sheriff or whatever. Like, there was pieces in place that they could have worked with that I'm hoping they're saving for chapter 3. But if that is the case, this one just doesn't need to exist. I kind of hope the bow version for me is that at the end of chapter 3, Maya wakes up from a dream in the Airbnb, and that was it. It was a nightmare, and she wakes up and then just cut the screen
And then
black.
they make the
call it
real
quits.
trilogy.
Bruh.
She opens her eyes and then
3
somebody's in
more
the corner.
movies.
Hey, don't do it.
I don't even think I have a way to wrap this up with the bow. I think you should have just left it at the first one. I don't want to know who the strangers are.
My fear
I
is
have no desire.
if they bring back the OG people, then you have to consider these as part of the universe. Like when it's just you don't want these as part of the
I don't
universe.
think they are. I just think it would be super funny because I have no idea what they're planning for the 3rd one. But could you imagine if? I mean, you've never seen it, but could you imagine if the survivor, the girl who survives in the first original one, shows up in fucking chapter 3?
Bruh.
Did they have to reshoot the 3rd one too?
Probably.
What did they fix about this? What was it before?
That's what I want
Where
to
it
know.
was so bad that like they made it better.
It's just so bad. Like, the only thing I got from this movie was who Dollface was and her dying. That like
That's what I'm saying.
that
None
was
of
this
the choices
entire
make
movie. We
like
didn't learn anything
the
else.
Tamara thing was. That
Okay,
in
we got
itself
the
was
Tamara lore.
cool. Like, oh, okay, I get it, and it could have been used in a decent way. But then you have things like the hogs. Like, why put why
I
put them
do-
on a farm? Like, I just don't understand why.
I do kind of like a little bit of the fact that they showed us where like the "is Tamara home" line came from.
I like that part.
That was pretty cool. But
Is
like,
that what you meant when you said the ending's crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought that was
it left my jaw on the no, that's not what, no, hold on, sorry.
Oh, that's
It
the
left my
Tamara thing.
jaw on the floor on how the audacity that they had just to be like, to be continued.
Oh yeah, they just
Oh,
cut it
yeah.
off.
And I was like, what the fuck?
After you feel like you didn't, I can't
You
even
wanted
say.
more, huh? It worked.
It's
Now
not
I
even,
have to watch the third one.
it's not even like a climax. Like that part.
You have to give me the third one, Lionsgate. Don't fucking cop out.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be I think because they've already filmed. Like, I think they're too far in. They're not gonna do. If it was
Even if it's straight to streaming, that's fine.
It's just release it, right? It needs to be released.
if we can make 20 Puppet Masters, this one's gonna have a third. I just don't. It had no. I'm speechless. I'm
Yeah,
speechless. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, sorry. I don't know if we're gonna do. I mean, we don't really have to do pros and cons. We've kind of done that this whole time.
Yeah.
It's just that thing where, like, again, there's certain movies where, like, there will be certain, besides the hog scene. The hog CGI really was just a no for me. But, like, a lot of the shots weren't necessarily terrible. A lot of the directing, like, there's this stupid, like, the camera pans and she disappeared. But, like, other horror movies that I would consider decent have done that. It is really just the fact that the plot has nowhere to go or is written so bad. Like, I don't know. It's weird to me because usually I'm the guy up here about, like, talking about the grain on the film and they did this angle that was cool. Like, it wasn't even filmed in a necessarily bad way, like, from the technical standpoint. The plot was just so bad. And it's hard for me to find a plot bad. Like,
That's what I said, right? It's a cycle. Oh, there's one of the strangers runs away.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one runs away.
I liked In a Violent Nature, bro.
And
Like,
honestly,
I love
it's
that movie, and it's a similar premise where, like, we're just watching this killer.
But I was sitting
There's just
there
no
knowing that
satisfaction
that's
for
what
the
it
viewer.
was.
Like, what point in this movie, does the audience get any satisfaction? Or, like, oh, that was pretty cool.
I just think that's the disappointing part because the original Strangers are so good. Like, I will sit here and say that they are so
Yeah,
good
they're
because
really good.
I really like them. So to try to reboot that
It's an
and
iconic.
give us a second movie that did not have to exist makes no sense. And like, I do think it's fine if you take an original concept and then try to do something different, but like, actually do something with it. Like, you had the budget for 3 movies and that's what you gave us. for
That's
the
my
second
thing,
one.
is, like, everybody hated on Chapter 1, but it was not this bad. And
Right.
if we would have made predictions on where they were going to go, I don't think it would have been this.
Nobody
Like, I don't think
predicted
anybody
fucking
would have
Hog.
thought, if they would have stayed in line with Chapter 1, it would be significantly better than this.
Yeah, and I had told Joyce this too. Like, I think this movie would have been still sticking with what I said about, putting the escape from the hospital scene at the end of the first chapter. I think this movie would have been so much better had they not revealed that they were gonna do a trilogy, and then just ended the first movie with her escaping from the hospital, using that hospital escape to have her crash the ambulance and kill one of them, and then hit us with the to be continued, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the main things that makes The Strangers, the original one and Pray at Night, so anxiety inducing is that we don't know if they're gonna make it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in the first one, I guess I think the very beginning is them finding her. But still, no, they show up to the house, they don't find her.
Yeah, they just see the crime scene, or they just get to the house.
Right, and that's one of the things that makes those two movies very, very impactful. Is that we don't know if they're gonna survive. But the fact that they, from the get go, hey, we're making 3 movies, we already know Maya's gonna live through all 3 of them.
And they did the mistake of, I mean, I understand, like you said, we know that there was a trilogy from the get go. They did the mistake where, again, the payoff wasn't worth it, but something like Halloween, and I only bring that up because it's a similar, in my mind, it's a similar thing where, it's all happening in the new trilogy. They announced the last 2, and then they did them, I don't know, it felt like they came out very quickly. This one, because they did reshoots or whatever, had they released all three in the 12-month span or whatever they were aiming for, it would have been like, okay, I only had to wait 6 months from chapter 1 to this one. So I didn't feel like I waited years or over a year for it to be mid as hell.
Yeah.
But now, do they even have a date for the next one?
I don't think
Do we know?
It's
So
about
like,
to get
it's like,
canceled, bro.
if you release all three of them in a 12-month span, at least it's like, hey, we're gonna go watch this. Like, at least you were kind of ballsy and you just went for it and released all three the way you originally made them. But when you do reshoots, it's never a good sign, and then you have this drag on for such a crappy movie. And I just don't know, like, I can't.
So yeah, so that was The Strangers Chapter 2. When the third one gets announced, you bet your ass we're gonna put it on our list.
Also,
oh my god.
yeah, we have to. Also, just to put it out there, before it got canceled or moved to somewhere else, or they, paused on writing, this was the original release date for Saw 11.
Yeah.
And we got this. So,
honestly,
what can I say?
I know it's kind of cliche, but I feel like if I were to do this, I would have number one. Let's say number one just had to stay the way it was. I feel like number two, okay, she thinks the fiance died. He comes back as one of them. But I don't know, I feel like, okay, have her in the hospital, have her escape the hospital, have her actually go home. And then she's at home and they find her there, but then one of them ends up being the fiance at that point. And then it's like, oh shit, it's happening to you again, but you're home. Like, now you're not even there.
Or imagine, like, the fiance had survived or he was in a coma or something, and then she, like we see, she turns into one of them. Like, there's some kind of payoff or, like, plot twist.
That's what I'm saying. I know, I feel like it's kind of cliche if you do have the fiance come back as the bad guy, or, I don't know.
But at this rate, I'd rather them just lean into cliches.
I would have rather just seen that.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They should have just stopped at the first one.
They should have made this like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't understand.
But yeah, so we talked about pros and cons throughout this, so we're just going to go ahead and skip that section. The next movie is Jordan's choice. Jordan, what are we watching?
We're watching Good Boy.
Good Boy.
The trailer was so popular they made it a wide release. So.
They did.
And it's being released by IFC.
I haven't even seen
which
the
did
trailer.
Late Night with the Devil. So I have some hope. I hope. I hope. I'm excited for it, and that has to be better than this.
At the film festival that they originally had showed it at, it was so popular that, like, I think it was the Overlook Film Festival that they had in New Orleans, that the theater, and these are like good sized theaters, there was every seat was filled. And so they had to I think they had to show it multiple times. But yeah, so the next one is The Good Boy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the algorithm stuff. We'd really appreciate it. But until then, y'all have a good day.